What's up, Godzilla fans? Samson West here, and as you can see, I got my next Godzilla figure review going. Alright, if you read in the intro, and as you can obviously see here, we have the X Plus Godzilla 1967. And his mini co-star, Minya 1967. Yep, I was very fortunate enough, as you saw in my first unboxing video, that I got these guys along with the X Plus Megalon from Mr. Mike Johnson. I still thank you all the time for getting me these awesome internet exclusive X Plus figures. So yeah, you have to buy the internet exclusive set in order to get the Minya. The Minya does not come with just the regular 1967 X Plus figure. So yeah, okay, I will bring in the box as I can put behind them, maybe. Or you know what, I'm going to move these guys aside just for a minute, just a little bit, so I can put the box in right here. And yes, I realize this is out of frame, which is why I can raise the camera up. So yeah, as you can see, here's the box, still a little out of frame. So it is a window box, so you can see the Godzilla and the Minya inside the box. And what I have to note here that I realize just now, the inside of the box is blue. With the other X Plus Godzilla stuff that I've always gotten, the inside of the box is red. If anybody can answer that, I'd like to know. I'm just a little bit curious why the inside of the box is blue. But anyway, there's that. You can see on the side just a little bit of... Oh, there we go, get the glare out of the way. So you can see on the side you have the two... here we go, lights shining in, showing you X Plus Toho Kaiju series. And on the back you have the Godzilla 1954. They use him to symbolize the back of each and every X Plus figure they do. On the side, just same thing again, more street lights shining in the air, X Plus, I don't know what that says in Japanese, and then a little bit of the window box. So yep, there's the window box, and let's get that out of the way. Put these guys back in the center and continue on with the review. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see. With history on these guys, I'm not going to say the entire summary of a movie anymore. That just takes too long, and it's quite frankly boring. But I will give you facts, just basic facts. These two showed up for the first time in Son of Godzilla, 1967. They fought Kamacuras and Kumonga, which was also their first appearance, and that's it. The Godzilla suit was used a few other times for, let's see, what did they use it for? They used it in, of course, in 1969, Godzilla's Revenge. They used stock footage from Son of Godzilla, and they used him in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. In the scene where the kid is having the dream, Godzilla is using his atomic breath and he's firing upon all of the toxic waste, or just the waste that's in his ocean. He's pissed about that. They use the suit for that. They use the suit a lot of times for like just water scenes. They reissued the suit just to use him in water scenes. And the last time they used this suit was in Godzilla vs. Gigan, when Anguirus and Godzilla show up in Tokyo Bay to confront Gigan and King Ghidorah. As for the Minya suit, they use him two other times. They use him in Destroy All Monsters and in Godzilla's Revenge. And that's the end of Minya in the Showa series. He only shows up one more time, and it's in Godzilla Final Wars, but that's a different suit, and I actually don't have that figure, so I'm sorry if you wanted to see him sized up with this guy. I don't have him. I'm sorry. Alright, so detail on these guys. As you already know with other X Plus figure reviews that I've done, detail is always just magnificent to me. I love the way it looks. The Godzilla right here posed with his son is just great. I love the way that it's a non-threatening pose. He's just kind of lumbering over his son in just a little bit of a comfortable way, saying, hey kiddo, let's go ahead and go fight some other monsters and teach you how to be a just menace. So I like the detail. I like the way these guys are posed, and it's just all around just great. Let's move Minya a little bit so I can show Godzilla off. The Godzilla is great. Here's just a front view, and there is a profile view of the Godzilla next to his little boy. The way the fins look going down the back is just great. This was just an awesome way that the scales, fins, spikes, whatever you want to call them, just the way they were made, this was the first time that they kind of looked like this. The one in the middle is like especially longer than the others, which it's just awesome to me. And with the face, I will zoom in. Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead and zoom in now. Zoom in on the face. The face looks great because the Godzilla was a little bit funky. He looked really weird in the movie. He was one of the ugliest Godzillas out of the whole series, but I like him either way. I still think there's no hate for Godzilla in my mind. I just couldn't bring myself to be like that. But anyway, funky looking Godzilla. The teeth look awesome. They're sharp. I think they're individually sculpted. It just looks great. The inside of the mouth is like a maroon purple color. It's kind of hard. Whoops, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, a maroony purple color. The eyes look great. You have the little white soul of the eye. That is what that is called, in the middle of the pupil. And here's a profile of the head. He has the short snout and the little... yeah, that's it. And like I was saying about the fins on the back, they're great looking too. And the bumpy skin, just the ridges of the skin look great. It's just really awesome to me. Let's move him out of the way and bring Minya into the picture. The Minya looks great too. He is an ugly little guy, just like his daddy in the movie, but he's still awesome figure overall. As you can see, he has the little bulldog face, the just kind of I'm always frightened look, and yeah. So as you can see there, he has his 5 teeth, the 3 on top, 2 on bottom. He also has the sole of the eye in the middle of his pupil, just a little white speck. And the fins going down the back are great. Just like in the movie, there's hundreds of them going back down the back all the way up to his stubby little tail. And he's just a stout little figure, little body, chubby legs, chubby tail, chubby face, chubby everything, chubby, chubby, chubby. Let's put those two back in the center and zoom back out. And I will go on to articulation. Articulation, very short for these guys, because these are basically statue figures. I know a lot of the X Plus stuff is articulated, but with these two, it's not. This time, it's just the Godzilla, and it's the center of his tail. It spins right there, and that's just about it. It does connect right here to the body, but it will bash, these two fins would bash up against each other, and I am not going to risk breaking this guy. I would hate myself if I did that. So, besides that, there is no other articulation for either of these two. There's lots of glue seals, but I'm not going to break them because X Plus stuff is not meant to have their glue seals broken and then spin. Just not how it works. Okay, on to the final thing for my review. Let's get on to sizing. Just a couple of little comparisons to show you what each monster looks like to another of its same self made by a different company. Here is the Bandai 50th Anniversary Memorial Box, Godzilla 1967. And to go along with the Minya, here is the standard size Bandai Minya. Little bit out of frame. I'll scoot everybody over so they can fit. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, there's the Godzilla and the Godzilla, the Minya and the Minya. And of course, X Plus does a much better job than Bandai did. I still love the Bandai figure no matter what. Bandai, the 50th Anniversary Memorial Box was one of my prized possessions. The Minya just looks a little bit funky compared to the X Plus Minya. He is a bootleg. I'm not going to lie about that. I got him years ago when I didn't know any better. So he is a bootleg. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a show to show off what they look like next to their counterparts. Okay. In the same movie, these two did fight the Kamacuruses, or Gigantuses. So I'll show you my Marmot Para Babies set. I'll bring them out one by one. Here's 1, 2, 3. So yep, here's the 3 Kamakuri, Gigantuses, next to the Minya and the Godzilla. And as you can see, these don't size up right at all, because they're 6-inch style figures, and the X Plus stuff is 25 centimeter or 9-inch scale. So this doesn't work, but these are the only Kamacuses that I have from the 1967 movie. So I just thought I'd show that off. Get them one by one out of here. And now show off the other enemy that they fought in the movie. Here is YMSF Kumonga. And yeah, I know, he doesn't size up right either. He needs to be at least that big in order to fight these guys, so he can jump on top of Godzilla and poke his eye out. But yeah, that's just the only Showa Kumonga figure that I have, so I thought I'd just bring him in and show you what he looks like. Now let's move him out of the way and show you. I do actually have figures that would scale up with these guys. They are Kamacuras and Kumonga, but they're from a different movie. So here we go. Marmot Monster Heaven Kumonga. I'd say this sizes up pretty well because this is a 9-inch scale figure, and this is pretty cool. I like the way it just sizes up great in a way. It's from the wrong movie, but it sizes up just okay. And finally, the Marmot Monster Heaven Final Wars Kamacuras. This also sizes up great. Kamacuras, yeah, he was about this big compared to the Godzilla. This is the Final Wars Kamacuras, but this is how it would size up next to the Minya and the Godzilla. So I'd say, way to go! And move Minya out of the way for just a second. Move Godzilla over. And like I said, they used this Godzilla suit in Godzilla vs. Gigan because Godzilla and Anguirus showed up in Tokyo Bay to battle the two. So here is Anguirus. This is the Marmot Kit Anguirus. It was actually professionally painted by John Groff at kaijuzoo.com. And he's an awesome figure. I got him from my grandfather for my birthday before he died. So, yeah, thank you, Granddaddy. And I just thought I'd show this off. So, that's what those two look like. Okay, so I don't really know what more to say, except for these figures are great. I could not be happier. And, alright, I guess this is goodbye. Sayonara.